Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Thursday Thought. Today is Thursday, May the 29th, 2025. And today I would like to introduce you to my paternal grandparents. If you were listening last week, you might remember that today's poem will be about trains. And these are the individuals who introduced me to the wonderful world of trains. The photo at the top is my grandfather, Erastus Archibald Sinclair, better known as Archie. And Grandpa lived from 1882 to 1961. He served for 41 years as CPR station agent at various locations throughout Ontario, including Priceville and Dundalk, from where he eventually retired. But for 19 years, he was the station agent at the Flesherton station, which was actually located in Ceylon, the village where I grew up. His employment there coincided with the time period when Agnes MacPhail was elected to federal government as Canada's first female member of parliament. And she had a home in Ceylon at that time, so my grandfather had many interactions with communications. But that is a story for next week. I want to also introduce you to his wife, Beatrice Sarah Hales, pictured below. And Grandma lived from 1889 to 1955. Apparently she was Flesherton's first Bell telephone operator. They married in 1910, according to an invitation that I found of their wedding. It was held at high noon on August the 9th, 1910. And they had two children shown below. First, a daughter, Margaret, and my Aunt Margaret was very instrumental in fostering my love for poetry throughout my life. And they also had a son, Robert James, or Jim, who married Margaret Emma Copeland. And that couple became my very dear parents. So I'm going to just show you a photo of the train station in Ceylon, the Flesherton station it was known as. I wish I had a better photo, but this is the best I could do. Just move that over there so you can see the train tracks. A few years ago, Mary Fowler, who is a friend of mine and a tremendous contributor of her time to many community events, contacted me and let me know that the Dundalk Historical Society was looking for information about rail travel because they were wanting to explore that aspect of the history in our area. So because of my family's association with the train station, we were invited to attend the presentation, which was held at the museum in Flesherton. And Mary was wondering if by any chance I had a poem about trains. Just at that time I did not, but her invitation spurred me on to create this. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's called All Aboard. A train goes chugging along the track, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, into a future that's now the past. And misty memories keep coming back through smokestack images, tracing their tracks in the distant sound of the clickety-clack. If we close our eyes and look back through time, we can travel again on the CPR line, with soldiers leaving while loved ones pray that the train will bring them back someday. And some came back to a cheering crowd, while others returned in a coffin's shroud, as friends and relatives meet the train to comfort each other through unbearable pain. Hear the whistle blow, a mournful sound, as the wheel of life goes round and round, from times of sadness to joyful days, when a community gathers to celebrate, as a bride and groom wave goodbye on a honeymoon trip with spirits high, soon to return with plans of their own to help the village thrive and grow. See students with tickets and suitcase in hand as they board the train with their dreams and plans. The rhythmic sound of the clickety-clack carries them forward and carries them back, returning with knowledge to help expand the lives of farmers on rural lands. Let's climb aboard with Agnes MacPhail, who rides the trains as she blazes a trail where justice and peace and compassion prevail. And when hope is slim in depression years, see the unemployed with their burdens and fears as they ride the rails on such desperate days, looking for work and some honest pay. They discover in Ceylon, on the way to Owen Sound, that a good home-cooked meal can always be found with the Member of Parliament who rose to fame when all of Canada heard her name through telegraphs tapped across the land. Those Grey County voters had taken a stand. Their choice was a woman for the national stage, and Canadian history was forever changed. Through the haze of memory, watch neighbors go down to the CPR station and look around. There's lots of activity and excitement for all. Stockyards that echo the auctioneer's call, and elevators loaded with prairie grain that arrive from out west on an earlier train, to be carted to the mill on a circuitous course, like the mailbag that's thrown from the iron horse, to be whisked to the post office, where eager hands will receive and sort mail from across the land. The railway station in bygone days played a pivotal role in a variety of ways. But as years passed by, decisions were made in certain locations to stop the trains. A sign of the times as changes took place and life evolved at a rapid pace. Modern trains operate in many locations, but it's all just a memory for the Flesherton station. The tracks are gone, the ties removed, and the station dismantled. A short-sighted view? For it's harder to travel to places these days that once were connected by the tracks of the train. It's the price of progress, which doesn't seem fair, but there's always hope for change in the air. A bygone era has disappeared and is fondly remembered through nostalgic tears. The history of trains in the county of Grey deserves to be honored for the many ways they shaped community life in past generations and became part of the fabric of this great nation. The steam engine is gone, but as the mist slowly clears, new visions arise and the future appears. Perhaps the day will come when a new railway line will connect us again as in earlier times, and we'll hear "all aboard" on a brand new train, proving everything old is new again. So I hope that you will tune in next week, because I would enjoy sharing with you the association between the train and Agnes MacPhail. I have many wonderful memories of this station, not only when my grandfather was retired and living with us. We would flag the train down on some afternoons when he had to go to Dundalk for an appointment with Dr. Lindsay. And with subsequent station agents, family names were Dotterty and Ripley. We children had wonderful friends in those families, and the memories just are so precious. So thanks for taking this little trip down memory lane with me, and I'll look forward to talking to you next week. And in the meantime, have a great week. Goodbye for now.